wake up early for this race. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I'm ready and rearing to go. I got my lineups basically set. Got Jake here. We're going to talk to you about the strategy that we like to play when it comes to these races, how to attack these races, how to be profitable, and how to gain an edge, which there is still an edge when it comes to this type of racing. Jake, why don't you talk a little bit about what your strategy is today when it comes to building lineups and attacking the slate?
Well, the key to these plate races at Daytona and Talladega is picking guys that start at the back. You know, it's all about place differential, getting those guys that start deep, but by the finish, they're in the top 10 or top 15. So that's what you're looking for here. A usual week, you're looking for the dominators, the guys starting up front that can lead laps. That's not as crucial at a track like Talladega. This type of racing, it's all about picking the guys that can move up. So it's okay to have a guy starting in the top 10, top 15, but I wouldn't exceed, 2 drivers starting up there. For the most part, your lineup should be guys starting sub 20.
Yep. I totally agree with you there. Like I say, salary doesn't matter. Obviously, I know a lot of people have a problem leaving more than less than $1,000 on the table. I think we can all agree Anthony is one of them. Also, when it comes to the top tier, if you look at pricing, and I got pulled up right now. Brad Keselowski's priced at 10.5, and there's other weeks we got guys priced over 12K. So people are like, oh yeah, we can get all these studs in here. However, if you look at the top tier, I don't know, is there anyone in that top tier that you like for a cash game play, Jake?
Not at all. No one. For me, it's all for cash. It's all the guys in the mid tier and the lower tier. There's no one that I like at all for cash. I just think it's too risky to play one of those expensive guys because you're starting too high up in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that one. So in that top tier, obviously, we're going to look at a couple of those guys for tournaments. So I think, is there one person there that stands out to you?
For top tier tournament, yeah, I like Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's won twice at Talladega. He's won 2 of the last 3 races at Talladega. He's starting in the top 10 in a fast Penske car. He has the potential to lead a lap, which again isn't crucial at Talladega or anything, but it does help. And I like him more than someone like Denny Hamlin, even though Denny has great consistent finishes at the super speedways. The problem with him for me is that he's starting on the front. He's starting up front, like right at the front on the front row. So the issue with him is he's got to lead a bunch of laps. He's got to finish first, basically, to make optimal. Well, Ryan Blaney, since he's starting 7th, he does offer a bit of place differential. So I like Ryan Blaney since he is usually good at these super speedway races and gets to the
finish. Okay, yep. I love Ryan Blaney not only because I'm a fan. After Boyer retired, I had to pick somebody, and Blaney just seems like the cool character like Clint Boyer was, except he actually wins races. So for me, looking at that top tier, and some guy I know I've said in Discord that I won't play until he proves something to me. However, today I think you can take a different approach with him. Kevin Harvick starting 16th. I think if you look at his recent history at plate well, they're not plate tracks anymore, but they're super speedways.
Right.
He's kind of learned how to hang back a little bit. You look at his average running position and stuff like that. He also starts 16th, so he has that place differential that we are looking for today. I think a top 10 probably isn't out of the realm of possibility for Kevin Harvick, but definitely only tournament only for him. But I do like Kevin today. Going to that the mid tier range. Let's call it anything before Ryan. Let's go Ryan Newman on up, since let's give away the obvious cash play in this range. Who do you like for cash?
Yeah, in the mid tier, yeah, Ryan Newman, starting from 28th. That's Roush Fenway car for the Fords. Everyone kind of knows that the Fords at the super speedways usually run really well. Roush Fenway has a good history at the super speedways, so Ryan Newman starting that deep and good equipment too. That's a good play. Very safe as well. So I like him for cash in that price range.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I think he'll probably be the highest owned driver. So have garner a lot of ownership in tournaments as well. But he's a great play. I know I've when I did my prop picks this morning in Discord, Ryan Newman on Prize Picks, I believe, was way under projected. So I took his over. I hate taking overs at super speedways. I really do. It worked out yesterday on Monkey Knife Fight and on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, I did take the unders, but overs on Monkey Knife Fight worked out well for me yesterday. Trying it again. Numbers were a little low on Monkey Knife Fight, but on Prize Picks, and Newman is definitely, he has to finish, I think, 17th or better, and he's definitely capable of doing that. Another driver in this range I like for cash is Harrison Burton, more or less just because he's starting 39th. In the Xfinity race, he was running up towards front, but he was running, in a good car, and he's in the Gaunt Brothers car today. He's in the 96, which it's fine for super speedways, but I could see him just trying to get track time in a cup car, because I think that's a projection in his career that in the next couple of years we'll see Harrison Burton in the Cup Series. So getting him some track time, getting these laps logged, I think he's a safe play. He's gonna hang in the back, and then hopefully we'll get a little bit of carnage up front, and he'll be able to move up and get us that place differential we're looking for. In the GPP range, who's one of your favorite plays? No matter who you pick, I'm gonna pick the other guy. So I think we're gonna probably be on two of the same people in this range.
Are we saying for a cheaper guy?
No. GPP play in the mid tier range.
Oh, in the mid tier range, I like Ricky. Ricky starting from 17th. Ricky has shown a lot of good speed at the super speedways. He's someone that I think could definitely steal a win today. And punch his ticket into the playoffs. So, Ricky is aggressive, as we all know, and he's someone that can definitely get caught up in the big one or cause the big one, but he's also a driver that I think is capable of winning the race. So I like Ricky Stenhouse in that range. I think a lot of people are going to be on him, but I like him.
Yep. Nope. That's one of the guys in this range that I will probably have ownership over the field maybe on him. In my 150 build. Another guy I really love is Eric Gamarola. Starts 14th. I think, what did I say in Discord? I think, was it the last 7 to 10 races? He's finished, I think, top 10 or better. He's just always there at the end. I think he's been in maybe 3 of the last 6 optimals. I'd have to look at Luke's sheet that he posted this week. He knows how to drive these things. Last year he was leading the race and got taken out, and that's his worst finish in I think the last 8 races. So I think Eric starting 14th doesn't have the greatest place differential as some of the others, but if you look at past optimals, you have to have somebody in this range in order to hit. And I think Eric, I think Ricky, I think those are 2 great plays in this range that we can insert into our lineups and take advantage of. So. Hey, thanks, Luke. It's 8 of the 8 top 10s in the last 9 races, so he's listening in. he just DM'd me. So, all right, let's go down to this coveted range when it comes to this type of racing. The low tier. Who do you got? Who do you love for cash?
For cash, I'm liking. Well, there's 2 names, but I won't steal them both. But I like Corey LaJoie. Starting from 26th. He's driving this Spire car. He's a good play because you just look at his track history. It seems like a lot of times he's around at the end and he gets to the finish. And that's for cash. You're looking for someone that starts towards the back that can get you to the finish and get a top 20. And if you look at LaJoie's track history at Talladega and Daytona, he's someone that gets the job done and finishes around 15th. He's even gotten some top 10s in the Go Fast car. So I like Corey LaJoie from where he's starting. Let's see if you take the other driver I was thinking of.
It's probably gonna be Justin Haley. Is that who you're looking at? So there's another one. There's Kaz Gralla as well. I don't, but personally, for me, I'm going to be overweight on Haley, so I'm going to talk about Haley. He's a great super speedway driver. It showed it yesterday in the Xfinity race. I mean, it was rain shortened, but he has 1 Cup victory at Daytona. But like I said, it got Kurt Busch, with bad pit stop and bad timing on his part. He wins that race, but. Haley is a great plate racer. He starts 34th in the 77 car. He's it's a Spire car, but it might. I don't know if this one when Chastain drove it. I know that CGR help. I don't know if they get it help still. I just loved his upside today. I think he knows what to do in these races, and unlike some of these other guys like BJ McLeod and Joey Gase and all these guys who need attrition in order to move up, I think Haley near the end of the race will try to move himself up into the pack, and could get there even without the big one. So.
I agree with that. I think Spire is only a step above like the Rick Ware cars and Starcom and those teams. So.
Yep. So let's talk about the GPP plays down in this range. Who are you looking at?
Someone I'm liking that I think is going to be a little bit lower than some of the other guys down there is Chris Buescher, starting from 21st. Is that right?
Yes, 21st. Yep.
Yeah, Chris Buescher. Like I said with Newman, Roush Fenway is really fast at the super speedways. Buescher had a streak going a while ago. Might have been a couple races ago it ended, but 3 top 10s in a row at the super speedways. And Buescher's just someone that is usually seems to get to the front. If he stays out of trouble, he can definitely be someone that if he's there at the end, he could steal a victory. I think someone like Ryan Preece is going to have more ownership than Chris Buescher today, but obviously starting a little bit deeper. But Chris Buescher starting from mid pack, I'm totally cool with that as a cheaper play.
Nope, I love that play too. I think we run a strategy. We know what we're doing. I think we're gonna be you and I are both going to be on a lot of the same plays today. Another guy I like, someone new who might be a little bit out of the box thing, might get a little less ownership, seeing that he's right above Ryan Preece, is Tyler Reddick. And if you look at his Xfinity races here, he has a victory here at Talladega, and I'm a superstitious guy. I played baseball in my younger days, and I believe in superstitions, but it feels like every driver who has been in the booth for either the Xfinity or the Truck Series race has won the Cup race that weekend. And Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano were in the booth yesterday. Ryan Blaney did the ARCA race, and then Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano did the Xfinity race. So, maybe you believe in that, maybe you don't. He starts 20th. He's got, he's smart and aggressive. He's a smart, aggressive driver. I think, he's got potential to get you a top 10, in the right circumstance, which can happen at Dega, happens at Daytona. As you saw with Michael McDowell, if you're right there at the right time, you can take advantage of something and sneak a win. But Tyler Reddick's a decent GPP play on my mind. All right, let's move to the bets. You didn't do too bad here in Daytona when it came to picking up long shot. if everyone remembers right, I think 66-1 Michael McDowell call. You got that one right. So today, why don't you give me one guy who is top 5, top 10 in odds, and then give me a long shot who you think might win.
All right. So for a guy with a guy that is more likely to win the race, someone who has lower odds or better odds, is Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's 10-1. Just like I said, fast car. Penske works together at the super speedways where you see Logano, Keselowski, and Blaney running up front. Sometimes the Benedetto gets in there too. So they've controlled these races before, and I think that if Blaney's there at the end, he's certainly someone that can score the victory today, and 2 wins at Talladega as well. So I like Ryan Blaney from there. And then for a sleeper, I like Chris Buescher, 50-1. I think that's a driver that I know I already talked about Buescher too, but yeah, Roush Fenway car definitely has the speed. Roush 8's engines, where if he's there at the end, he can snag a win just like McDowell did in February at Daytona. So I really like him as a sleeper.
Yep, I actually have a bet on Ryan Blaney to win, so I'd love if you were right today. Another guy I have a bet on in that upper range is Eric Gamarola, 16-1. He's won here before. He's always there at the end. You just have to be there at the end, and you have a chance. He almost won going backwards last year. If that wreck at the end. So I'll take Eric Gamarola. I have a bet on him. I also have a bet in on Stenhouse, but that's not far enough down for me. He's only 18-1. Another guy I put money on was Ryan Newman at 33-1. He's won here before as well, because of a caution, because of a wreck right at the end of the race. So you're gonna see a theme here, and I think Ryan Newman, he's there. Anything can happen. 33 to 1. I'll take some money on that and see how that goes.
So for long shots, we're liking Roush.
Yeah, basically, the team stacks didn't work too bad. I think BH yesterday in our Discord, he had was it $2,000, I think, in a GPP with the colleague stack that Luke wrote up.
Yeah,
and then had the right pieces in between that worked out for him. Team stacks are not the worst thing when it comes to super speedways. Penske, Roush, Stuart Haas. We'll see. I don't know. Today's gonna be. I don't know. Normally I'd say Stuart Haas, especially after 2018 when they dominated that race. But I don't know.
Their teams hasn't been as good. So.
Yep. Yeah. But like you said, the Fords. We're talking about Fords here. That's all we're talking about. The Fords dominate here at Dega. Toyotas have a disadvantage, especially when it comes to green flag pit stops. They only have five or six cars, I think it is, and the quantities with Chevy and Ford, they end up overtaking them, like we saw in Daytona with Denny Hamlin when he was leading. It hurt him. So I believe that is all, unless there's any questions, which I asked somebody who's behind the scenes, and he hasn't told me how we're going to address questions. But so I think if you have any questions, jump in our Discord, ask us away. Okay, thank you. Like I said, if you have questions, come in our Discord, jump in. Luke, Jake, I will be there throughout the day. Locks at 2:18 p.m. on DraftKings. I think it's at 2 o'clock on FanDuel. So hope you guys make some money and enjoy the race.
Yep. Enjoy, everyone.